This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Hello and welcome. I'm Shweta Rajpal-Kohli and you're watching our special programming from the 43rd annual meeting of the World Economic Forum here in Davos, Switzerland. We come to you from the India Adda, the hub where top Indian ministers, business leaders hold their meetings. In fact, as we speak, Commerce Minister Anand Sharma is in a meeting with the head of Tesco, a large retail giant, obviously trying to convince foreign investors to come to India, trying hard to sell the India story. Earlier in the day, we spoke with Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kamal Nath, and he says the India story is clearly back. But more importantly, talking about the fast-paced political developments back home in Delhi, he ended all speculation on Rahul Gandhi, saying very clearly he is the Congress's choice for Prime Minister, and it's up to him to decide whether he wants to be Prime Minister or not. Let's listen in. We have a very narrow political window of opportunity. Everyone already has their eyes on 2014. We've seen Rahul Gandhi's elevation, which is obviously also making a lot. I mean, it's really become the big talk of the town. Share with us how it's going to really pan out, what will be some of his responsibilities, especially vis-a-vis Mrs. Sonia Gandhi.
Well, I think as a vice president of the party, he'll play a more active role in the organization. And he has been playing a role in the organization for the last 8 years. And now as formally as the vice president, he was the general secretary before, but formally as the vice president, he will be taking off some of the load of Mrs. Gandhi, and his engagement with the party apparatus across the country will be very useful.
And how do you see it now stacking? Are we seeing the battlegrounds for 2014 already being formulated? Rahul Gandhi, Narendra Modi, and some sections of the BJP pushing. Is that the tussle you see?
Well, the BJP
Rajnath Singh now is
the BJP yet to decide what to do. They struggle to decide. They struggle to decide who their president would be. But now they are struggling to decide who their prime ministerial candidate will be.
So wait a minute, you're saying they're struggling. So I mean, you have decided then.
Right.
Well, I think everyone in the party, everybody in the party, there is consensus that they'd like to see Rahul Gandhi. It's not that there are names floating around. There's one single name.
So Rahul Gandhi is therefore the person now who will be the Congress party's prime ministerial candidate for 2014.
Well, it's for him to decide. But if you asked me personally, I would say personally, and every section of the party would like to see him. Now it's up to him to take that decision.
Many even question if he is ready and up to the job as yet, given the fact that in the past he's not managed to display what many had expected of him.
Well, I think he's absolutely ready, and saying ready or not ready, when Mr. Modi went as chief minister, he'd never been a minister in his life. Let's recognize this. When Mr. Bajpayee became prime minister, he had not held many ministerial positions before. So one cannot take this that what is ready and what is not ready.
So we do not see a dual leadership structure. It's still continuing if the Congress does come back to power in 2014, where you have, for instance, right now when you have the Congress head as Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and you've got another prime minister. Do we see that as a possible structure that can be taken forward if the government comes back to power, even in a coalition?
Well, to start off with, let me say that we are confident of coming back to power. And then it depends on what kinds of numbers are thrown up. Of course, it's a reality that coalitions are a reality. They're not only a reality in India, they are a reality in Germany, they are a reality in France, they are a reality in Italy, they are a reality in almost all democracies. You saw President Obama had to cancel his year-end vacation to come back to Washington to see his financial business pass so that the country wouldn't financially run into difficulty. So everything in politics is now coming to be a coalition, and maybe that's good because you get a large consensus on that.
But I'm
surprised. But when you're when you're going in now in election here, the articulation of the message of what the Congress stands for and what the government stands for, that's not necessarily been something you've done really well for the last year and a half. And if you say there's been this, you think it was only a perception of policy paralysis, then a perception comes because people aren't talking enough and giving the other aid. It could be because nothing is happening, and B, if there's something happening, you're not talking about it adequately enough. Do you think, and there's been a perception that no one's really sure who the leader is. Is all of that going to settle down now?
I think so. Settle down.
So now just Rahul Gandhi says he'll be speaking, he'll lead the party,
absolutely.
prime ministerial candidate.
Of course, he's the vice president. This is Mrs. Gandhi who continues to be the president.
Right.
And he will be taking off some of a load. He will be playing a much more active role. And if you see his speech, he said, my life is the country and my life is the Congress party. That's it.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.